And you are welcome. Well, for Mondays, every single Monday, we always like to bring you a bit of motivation to get you started for the day. Now, today we have somebody very, very special. With us today is Dr. Shogo. He's not new. You've seen him on other shows and on this one. Dr. Shogo is here. And today we're talking emotional intelligence as a way of creating wealth. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how can we do this now using emotional intelligence in our daily life or daily struggles? Let me put it that way.
Okay, thank you for having me. Now, I need you to understand, I need us to understand that, you see, when we talk about emotions, human beings, we are bundles of emotions. And you need to understand that emotions drives people and people drive productivity. So if you're not aware of your emotions, there's no way you can be productive. When we look at emotional intelligence, there are about maybe 5 different types of intelligences that we need to master, that we need to be aware of. You know, you have IQ, which we know as intelligence quotient.
Yeah.
We have EQ, which is emotional quotient.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a measure of how emotionally intelligent you are. Then we have AQ, which is adversity quotient.
That's the first time I'm hearing that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So adversity quotient is talking about your ability to bounce back after a setback. You know, it's not everybody that recovers after a setback.
Yeah.
It means that their adversity quotient is almost nil, right? Then we have HQ, which is hunger quotient.
What does that do?
Okay, so when we look at HQ, which is hunger quotient, is how strong is your drive to achieve success.
Yeah. How hungry are you?
How hungry are you? As rich as Elon Musk is, that guy is still hungry. HQ, very high.
Interesting.
But you see some people, they eat just 100K deal.
They are content.
We have arrived.
We're not doing this. There's one more.
Then there's one more. Oh, thank you. There's SQ. SQ talks about your social intelligence, which talks about how well do you interact with people? How well do you get along with people? Then there's one more I want to quickly talk about, which is EQ. EQ again, no, XQ, sorry.
XQ, yes.
XQ talks about your experience quotient. How well can you harness your experiences of others to your advantage, draw lessons, leverage opportunities, and all the rest. Now, talking about emotional intelligence, it is not a gift.
No.
It's a skill. And if it is a skill, it means it can be learned. And, you know, research has said that what you need to succeed in life is not intelligence quotient, which is overrated. Go to school, you're not passing, la, 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 la. I mean, we all have friends that probably when we were in university, they had multiple carryovers, they repeated in secondary school.
But they're more successful now.
They're more successful now. Yeah. I mean, they can buy your life, buy your destiny, and give you change. Now, the question is, what have they succeeded with? This guy was not brilliant in school. He has succeeded, or she has succeeded with emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence has 5 elements. There are 5 elements of emotional intelligence. The foundation of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. It was Aristotle that said the highest form of knowledge you can have in life is the knowledge about yourself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are strangers in their own body. A lot of people have identity crisis. So I challenge and encourage every one of us as we close the year and step into a new year. You want to actually look at the man in the mirror and understand how you function.
So that's what I was going to ask. So you've mentioned all of these things, and they're very, very critical. You talked about XQ, HQ, which is something very, it's not headquarters, hunger quotient. Very interesting. Now, I haven't thought about them just the way you put it, but just looking at them alone, it's an array that you actually need to master.
Absolutely.
If you're going to go forward.
Absolutely.
You need to know how people think, how to interact with them. You need to have a certain kind of drive. You need to borrow from experiences, whether yours or others. And the one about the adversity quotient, very interesting, the ability to bounce back, how well you bounce back. So we know we have these things, but we've never thought about using them in critical ways to get to achieve a goal.
No.
How can I sit down and know, okay, this is what I must do? How do I begin?
Okay, so change starts with awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of, all right? And also, change starts with acceptance. You can't change what you have not accepted. So, for instance, if I tell you, oh, dude, you are proud, the first thing you need to do to change is to first accept it. So a lot of us, we walk on the surface of the earth without any sense of awareness. So you need to be aware before you can utilize something. So now, you said some of these things we have mentioned, all the elements. Some of us know it, but there's something different about intentionally knowing it and using it. So you need to first of all be aware of it before you can use it. So let's look at emotional intelligence. One of the elements of emotional intelligence is called self-regulation. How do I apply self-regulation to life? Now, self-regulation simply refers to your ability to control your emotional responses. Now, you're a businessman. You went for a negotiation deal, but you are hasty in talking. They have not landed. You can't restrain. Get the full information. So at the end of the day, because you are hasty, you realize that the better end of the deal is on your partner's table. Simply because you didn't know how to pause your emotional responses, you just jumped at an excited statement. So these are some of the ways you need to use it to your advantage, and that's how money is created. Wow. Now let's talk about money quickly, briefly. Yes, I want to mention this, that you can make money emotionally, but you can't spend money. You can spend money emotionally, but you can't make money emotionally.
Explain, please.
So now, you know, we're familiar with this statement called impulse purchases, impulse. But now, when you operate on impulse, it means you are not running your emotions. Your emotions are running you. That's why you spend money buying things you don't need to impress people that don't send you. Right? Now, you're spending money emotionally. Now, you're back to ground zero. Emotions don't make money. It is ability to master emotion, which is ability to balance your emotions and your logic before you can make money effectively.
Oh, that's very interesting. Everybody's actually just stunned. You know, so it's a very important
subject
factor,
matter.
To making wealth. I don't know if one session like this is enough for people to start imbibing it and put it. But if there was one little button or one little factor to start with, what would you advise that people start? You talked about identifying yourself, you know, talking to the man in the mirror. But what is that drive that will carry you through all the process as, you know, for starters?
All right, so for starters, like I said, in fact, let me just quickly clarify it. I said there are 5 elements of emotional intelligence. You have self-awareness, you have self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. The foundation where everybody starts from, the glue that holds emotional intelligence together is self-awareness. So we all need to be self-aware. Now, let's look at wealth. Let's look at money. We all have different money stories we tell ourselves. Some of them are true, some of them are false. But if it is false and you believe it to be true, it becomes your reality. That's how life works. That's how subconscious works. So it's very important that you are aware of your money profile. Are you a saver? Are you a spender? As good as saving is, there are people that they are addicted savers, but they end up not spending money on themselves. They end up not... At the end of the day, money is supposed to be used. It's called currency. It's supposed to flow. So until you are aware, you can't change.
Wow. That's out there, you're actually taking note. This is something that I think is the best way to start your Monday with, especially if you're looking to end the year right. Perhaps maybe start next year with a totally different personality and a reaction to making wealth. Dr. Shogo, I hope that you're coming back because we need to continue on this. We
Hopefully
need to talk more about it. There's so much else that you talked about that really needs to be unpacked.
I know, yes.
But luckily, we've had your social media handle actually running since we've been talking. So you might be getting a few
conversations.
Dings,
that's fine.
Come your way. And I'm sure that you're ready to
yes, I'm ready. My Instagram page at Dr. Shogo.
At Dr. Shogo. It's that simple. Well, thank you very much once again. I've learned something. I'm really going to go and reactivate my HQ. Hunger quotient. We need to be hungry.
We need to be hungry,
for 2023.
yes.